Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this video we'll be doing that origami hand clawing from the grave. It took me a long time to figure this out, but thanks to God I was able to figure it out. So I'm here to teach you guys. So I want to go explain to you the ways of how we're gonna make this. So it's either we're gonna fold it in half and use the half one, or we can use the full paper. For me, I believe we're gonna use half of the paper so that it can be made easier. So let me teach you how. So first step is to fold it in half. And then rip the half. And then you have half of the paper, right? The other half you don't need, but you can save it. So what you have to do is then fold in half again. And then I'm trying to put some more light from my screen so you can see it. And then fold in half again, right here. Now we're gonna be doing a lot of folds. So these are like hard creases that we're gonna be doing. So make sure you're folding in half and creating that hard crease because it'll play a role later down the line. So once you do that, you'll basically have a flap that's not messed with, and then the flap that has two folds. So then you're gonna fold in half vertically. So make sure it's like lined up properly before you fold it. That's what I'm trying to do here. If you can't, just listen to me, paper. Do as I say. Okay, so I'm trying to fold it. Okay, finally. And then we're gonna fold it in half. We're gonna fold the flaps inwards, and that would be in another, basically a fourth, if you would say. It's a fourth fold. It's not a half fold. And then you create another over here. Just make sure you're like folding it. Make sure you're creating those hard creases, like I said, because it's super important. And then once you do that, we're going to be folding in between each lines. So let me teach you how to do that. So to do that, you start out with the first flap. It doesn't matter which side, because you'll be repeating it. So you fold it in half towards the first line that you see. Alright, so once you do that, make sure it's hard creased. You skip the second one and go to the third one and fold it in half. And then fold it downwards. So fold it towards that line, right? Okay, back to what I was saying before I got cut off. So yeah, you were done with this side, so you fold this to the first line that you see here. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, this line right here. And then you move this to this line right here. So it's the second line of this. And then you fold it downwards. Make sure you make that hard, nice crease. And voila, you got yourself a nice fold. So next thing to do is we're gonna create a fan fold. So make sure it's gonna look like this. So you're gonna fold like this, and then move it up, and then fold it like this, and then do it on this side. You're gonna go like this, and then move it up, and then fold it like this. And then you have something. It should look like this from the zigzag area. So once you do that, you have the two folded areas. If I zoom in closely so you can see right here, and then this one is the straight one. So what you do next is that at the top, right here specifically, you're gonna create a triangle. So to do that, what you're gonna do, like, I wish you can see this very clearly. So this line right here is gonna be right here. So when you fold it, make sure the line is touching, and make sure you're able to create a good triangle, right? Once you're able to do that, I want you to crease only the top part until this line, right? and then you have yourself that triangle. Now do it to the other side. So you fold it in. Make sure it's creating that triangle because you want that nice triangle. And then you fold it like that, right? So now you have a triangle, right? Look how beautiful that is. You see how that creases? Make sure it's creased well because it'll play a role. And then what you do is you bend it down. So what is it about? You bend it out and then just let out that triangle and then just like lay it flat. Boom, like that. So let's do it again. You go like this and boom. So next thing you do is fold it in like that. As you can see, you should have something like this, and then you fold it outwards towards that line right here, as you can see, outwards like that. And this will act as like the gravestone later down the line, like the RIP stuff. So yeah. So now instead of worrying about that, now we're done with the top part. What we're gonna do is fold this flap upwards towards that half line that you see there. So you fold it upwards, and then what you're gonna do is fold this downwards. But you're gonna leave a little bit of space, so use your best judgment. Something like this, I would say, is a good space to leave. And then fold it downwards, right? Once you do that, we're gonna create that triangle again, only this time it's easier, so you just have to move this to here. So you fold this until, so let me show you what I meant. So you're gonna create a triangle here, right? But make sure this is lined up 90 degrees. Sorry, make sure this is lined up 90 degrees with this. So let's do it. And then you fold it all the way down like that. Only crease this side until this line right here. And then you do it for the other side. Make sure you create that nice triangle, 90 degrees, and then you fold it all the way down. And now you have yourself a triangle. So now what you're gonna have to do is release it. So unfold everything. So let me do it right now. Unfolding everything. And you're gonna have something like this, right? So what they want, this is where it gets complicating. This is where it got complicated for me. I didn't know what to do, but now I do. So what you're gonna have to do is fold this upwards like that, right? So remember, this is the top part, right? Don't mess with this. Ignore this for now. So what you're gonna have to do, this half line, fold it upwards. And then this line right here, fold it downwards, right? Once you do that, all you gotta do, make sure that these folds right here, this triangle folds right here, you fold it inward. So it goes like this. So you fold it inward, and then this triangle should still form to like go inward, right? And then once it does, you crease it accordingly. Make sure it lines up perfectly with that line that you see there. You don't want it to be messed up creased, like I'm doing right now with the messed up crease, which is so bad. Let me see if I can fix it. But yeah, it's supposed to have a triangle, you know, like a nice triangle. Mine wasn't nice. And then do it for this side. So you're gonna bend it this way. Make sure that triangle is formed, and make sure this line lines up with that line underneath, and then fold it downwards. And you have yourself a nice triangle, just like that, right? I need to fix this one. This one's bothering me. Anyways, now that we have that fixed, all sexy and all. Okay, so what we're gonna do now. Alright, so I finally figured out what happened. So I want to fix something before we continue. So remember the part where I told you to fold here, and then I told you to fold here, right? So I want you to fold a little bit upwards, just a little bit. Not towards the half line, but like more towards like in the middle of both of them. Like if so, fold them in half or something. Just a little bit, because you want it to be more than you want it to be more than this part, and then you fold it in half again like that, and then you start doing the process of these tiles right here. You fold it in to make that triangle again, and then I found out how to fold it. So the first time I taught you was a little bit wrong. So these ones go up, right? These three go up, but so I have to show you. So when you're folding it, what's happening is that let's say the first part, right? This triangle, it pops up with it, and then this one goes inwards, and then it goes inwards like that, right? Just like that. So do it for this one. It pops up, goes inwards, and this one goes outwards. And then for the last one, it pops. This triangle pops up, so push it out, goes inwards, goes outwards, and then boom, you get something like this. And that's what you're supposed to get, right? It took a long time to figure out, but I'm glad that was fixed. And then now you have it like this. So what you're gonna do is fold it in like that way, and like that way, right? And for this one, so we're gonna start making the hands. So to make the hands, we're gonna do this. So we're gonna grab the whole thing because it's easier. It's gonna be way harder to fold, right? But fold this all the way here, the whole thing. Make a triangle. If you want to use something to make sure it's creased, you can. Let me use my comb, just make sure it's creased well. And then later on, what you're going to do is fold each individual to that line that you created. This is going to be a video to edit for sure, because it took me long to figure out some things. And then you fold this half line right here to this line right here. So I'm going to get something like this. And then you get something like this, where you just get like 3 lines, right? These are going to be the fingers. So what you're going to do for the first flap, pull out the first flap, invert the fold that you did, the big fold, invert it, so it looks like this, right? And then invert the fold again, this top fold, invert it, and then invert it again. And you should get something like this. So then do it for all 5 of them. There should be 5. Let's check 1, 2. The folds might not be strong, so be careful. 3. So there's inwards, it's 3, and I think outwards, it's 5. So we'll see what happens. And then like invert the folds. So the second fold is the first. Go like that. Go for each one. And then invert the fold again. You gotta be careful because sometimes the crease is not strong even though you did it for all the folds. Sometimes the crease is not strong. But the goal of doing this is to basically make it look like fingers. That's why you're doing this part right now. So now you basically have fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's what happened. And then what we're gonna do is, so we're gonna go ahead and fold it up like this, right? And then we're gonna fix this top part that we did. So I recommend, if it is so that this is moved up a bit, try shifting. Actually, don't do anything. Just like create that grave thing again. So the thing that we created where we folded this downwards, and then we folded it. Yeah, we folded this down. Oh, sorry. So remember when that triangle thing created? We folded downwards, made the 2 folds, and then we went like this, right? To create like this feature right here. Now, if it is that you're stuck like this, how like this one is a little bit too close, like right now, what you can do is unfold, go back to this fold right here, and just go back to the fold that you had before, and then repeat the same steps. It should be easier now, so I wouldn't worry. But yeah, and then just go back, and then yeah, just like that, and then you have some more space, right? So now that we have space, what we're gonna do is make it so that the hand is like clawing to this tombstone. And so to do that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold this way. So we're gonna create this to look like a tombstone. So we're gonna fold the corners. Once you do that, you reverse fold it, so you fold it inwards. Open the flap, fold it inwards. Yeah, that's it. And then later on, so now that you have a tombstone, right, you're gonna work on the hands. So what you're gonna do for the hands is that you're gonna fold it all like this way. Right, you're gonna fold it all this way. Just like make a weird bird head fold. And then what you're gonna do is reverse fold each one. So how do I show you this? And let me see if I can show it properly, because I did it once because the instructions was a bit confusing of how to do it. So basically you fold it in. So you have like 5, right? You have 5 like this, and then what you gotta do is like open the flap here and then fold it inwards. Hold up, let me make sure I'm doing it right. Just fold it like this, that's what I meant, sorry. You fold it like this, and then do it for each one, each finger, like that, like that, and then the pinky like that, right? Once you do that, then do it for this one also, so like this, right? You don't want it to be the thumb. And then you like I would bend these, since they're so small, I would just bend them so they can look like little claws. Bend them to the best of your abilities. Yeah. So they look like little claws, you know? And then you do it for this one too. You just like fold it in. Now you have claws. Now you're gonna make it so that it grabs on the tombstone, like that. So to do that, we're gonna have to bend it. So we're gonna just create a triangle fold. So we're gonna go like this, and then we're gonna go like on that same like corner that we created that angle. We're gonna go the opposite way. So you're gonna go like this, right? So you have like a triangle thing, and then you're just gonna, in the middle, inverse fold it downwards. Yeah, something like this. And then you're just gonna have it grab on the tombstone. Make sure you spread the claws a bit so it looks more realistic. And you basically have this like that, you see? And there you go. You have a claw crawling out of the grave, grabbing a tombstone. So that's how I created it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, and I'll see you guys later. It was pretty hard for sure, so it's gonna be a long video, but I hope it's clear. So yeah, have a good day. Peace. You guys are done.